All right, we're going to record this time. Good evening, everyone. My name is Verlinda Holmes, and this is what is known as the Zoom Room. This has become the Zoom Room across many cities and countries. Zoom has been what we are using to connect with everybody and share our message. And today we have someone talking about healing, health, nutrition, and wellness. And I'm so excited that our paths have crossed almost 7 years ago. Yeah, almost 7 years ago. So I want to take some time to formally introduce our speaker tonight, but I'll also share a little story afterwards. Mr. Yohnnie Shambourger is a former Mr. Universe. He's known as the former Mr. Universe. He is known for his exceptional ability to reshape the human body. So that's why you see his name is Reshape with Yohnnie. He is a highly motivated individual who possesses extensive knowledge, experience, and expertise in fitness and nutrition. He leads his business using the guiding principle that fitness can be achieved at any age with commitment and proper nutrition. Mr. Shambourger attended Howard University in Washington, D.C. I thought you were going to do HU.
Yeah, HU. I'm trying to connect on my cell phone, which gives better light.
Okay. Where he received both a Bachelor of Science degree and Master of Arts in Physical Education.
Give me a second. I gotta leave this one.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. You just have to mute one of them.
Okay.
All right.
Now the lighting is better.
Okay. From 1976 to 1987, he was head swimming coach at the university. During his tenure and under his committed leadership, the swim team won 8 championship titles. Subsequently, he was inducted into Howard University's Athletic Hall of Fame, and he has various honors with that. In 1991, he founded Yonex Sports Incorporated. YSI is what it's known as, is an organization that conducts training programs and presents events to educate and support the general public health on the benefits of living a healthier lifestyle. Further, it encourages athletes to understand that a bigger and stronger body can be accomplished without the use of drugs. After sustaining an elbow injury, he started a campaign to strengthen and condition his body through nutrition and resistance training. In 1995, at the age of 42, Yohnnie won a gold medal in bodybuilding at the Pan American Games in Argentina. During that same year, he represented the United States and Guam at the International Federation of Bodybuilding, the IFBB World Amateur Bodybuilding Championship, and won another gold medal. This outstanding achievement earned him the title of Mr. Universe. Over the years, Mr. Shambourger developed a unique training system to transform bodies and change the lives of his clients. Some of the most incredible success stories include the following. Ernestine Shepherd, starting training with Yohnnie at age 71 for her first bodybuilding show. Then we have Sean Flexatron Rodden, is a popular IFBB pro bodybuilder who contributes most of his success from amateur to professional status to his training with Yohnnie Shambourger. He is now the #1 bodybuilder in the world, winning the 2018 Mr. Olympic title. Then we also have Zion Barnes. She's a person who wanted to improve her health, just like many of you all. Working with Yohnnie, she reduced her weight from 400 pounds to 198 pounds. She is now living a healthier and happier lifestyle. Mr. Shambourger conducts weight management and personal fitness training programs for clients around the world. He facilitates the development of various fitness centers and wellness programs. He is a dynamic athlete, a savvy businessman, a results-oriented physical fitness expert. That's a whole mouthful. He leads his organization with professionalism and efficacy. So that is a formal introduction. Yohnnie and I met the fall of 2014 at a health and wellness conference. So I was there for the first time, and I looked over, and I was like, "This dude is in shape." So we talked, and come to find out all of his background. And I said, wow, he's an awesome guy to just connect with. And he has been open to helping me, assisting me. And I am so, and I admire his will. I admire his program, and just always being available to assist me and mentor me as I'm going through my business. So without further ado, you all did not come to hear me. You came to hear Mr. Shambourger. So here he is.
Hello, how you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I see almost everybody except for Belinda and I are just showing profile pictures today. So that might be a bad hair day for a lot of folks, but I understand. I just got off from work, from training a lot of people, and I would like to use my bodybuilding picture instead. But my story started off where I was a what we call a weekend warrior. I was the kind of guy that participated in a lot of sports while working my 9-to-5 job. And as you learned, or you heard already, I was on the swim team at Howard, and eventually started coaching the team. But what happened later, after I got older, I wanted to look for more opportunities. So I started doing triathlons, and I got into Greco-Roman wrestling. And then eventually I got into bodybuilding. And that's when things started to change. Because in bodybuilding, all my other sports, all you had to do was just train hard. In bodybuilding, you can train hard, but you also need to know a lot about nutrition too, because you can't get the type of body you wanted for competition unless you had a good nutrition program to complement your training. So I started studying more about macros, the protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And I started implementing that type of diet plan for myself to propel me into the sport. Well, as I got further up in the sport and start, being featured in magazines and stuff, more and more people start coming to me to ask me to train them. At that time, most of the clientele that I was training were competitors, athletes, bodybuilding, figure, bikini, physique athletes, and all wanted to become champions within their sport. So that's the avenue I moved in. That was pretty popular. But then I got an opportunity to take my business full time. And I walked away from my computer job and started doing the personal training full time. And I started meeting folks that not only were they interested in changing their body, they wanted to be better fit. They wanted to get off of their medication. They wanted to learn more about nutrition. And the bodybuilding program that I was doing was not good enough because that only, as I said, concentrated on the macros. It did not focus on micros. Most bodybuilders don't eat fruit because they feel that it's going to affect their overall condition for competition. So I had to learn more about how to get more vitamins and minerals in your body without taking supplements. Because at that time, we were sponsored by supplement companies. So we had big vitamin packs, and we took a lot of amino acid tablets. We took creatine. We took fat burners. We did all that stuff to get ready for competition. But the people I was starting to train now, that's not their goal. That's not where they wanted to be. They just wanted to be healthy. So about 8 years ago, I got introduced to Juice Plus. which is an all vegan company. The first time I heard about it, I was in Texas doing a workshop with Ernestine Shepherd. And at that time, a lot of folks was approaching me about different products, and I was just kind of blowing it off. But the next time, those same two ladies came to Washington, D.C., where I was hosting a bodybuilding championship, and they were vendors. And I was surprised because most of my vendors are local, and they travel from Texas to Washington, D.C. And they talked about a product they had that you can travel everywhere with it. It doesn't hold you down to one location. So I told them, I said, since you came this far, I will sit down and listen to what you have to say. Well, to my surprise, the research, what got me about Juice Plus was not just the product, it was farmers that were organically growing fruits, vegetables, and berries. They were juicing it in cool temperatures, and they extracted the sugar and the salt and the water, and all you were left with was the phytonutrients and antioxidants, the raw materials of fruits and vegetables. And they put it in a capsule that is vegan, and you can take it. If you don't want to use a capsule, you can pull it apart, or you can take the chewables. So I was mixing it in with my smoothie. I started introducing it to my clients, and I started reading the research on it. In my area, we have Georgetown University. They did a clinical research on Juice Plus and put their name on it. I like, this is good. And then we had University of Maryland School of Medicine. They did a clinical research on Juice Plus. They endorsed it, put their name on the product as well. I said, well, that's what I needed to hear. I don't want to hear an athlete touting about how great this product is and how much money you can make if you just take it. There's so many products out here that's pushing that. They push the money before the success of the person you're working with. And because 95% of my clientele is African Americans, they already come in the door with high blood pressure, diabetes, and on a lot of different medications. And they want me to reverse all that and make them healthy again. So I had to do that more with nutrition. And I found out when I introduced Juice Plus to them, I started seeing changes in their body. I had a girl that was doing a bodybuilding show. She had a mark, she was dark skinned, and she had a light mark in the center of her chest where she had a keloid, and the doctor removed the keloid and left this mark on her chest. So while we were preparing for the contest, and it took about 9 months for her to prepare for the contest, we were talking about maybe you're gonna have to put some makeup on to cover up that spot. But what I noticed 6 months into the training, the spot got smaller and smaller. 9 months into the training, it went away completely. At that point, she was 100% impressed with Juice Plus, and she went back home and signed the whole family up on it. My kids are taking Juice Plus. My wife is taking Juice Plus. I have a client who has cancer, and it seemed like most of her family suffer from cancer because they all were smokers and they all lived in the same house. So some of her family members, well, they passed away from the cancer that they had. But she decided to take Juice Plus, and she said, I want to fight this, and I want to fight it from the cellular level. So I said, look, I can't guarantee that Juice Plus will remove a disease from your body. But I will tell you that doctors and everyone else is telling you need more nutrition to help your body fight off this disease. So let's take the Juice Plus to strengthen your body on a cellular level so you can try to fight off this disease. So she started doing it. She's in total remission now. She doesn't have to worry about it. Her body is healthy as long as she takes care of herself, stay away from a lot of stress, and continue to eat well and take her Juice Plus. So it's been a blessing to my clients. It's been a blessing to my family. And I found a way to incorporate it into my business, because everyone I train, I would take the time to introduce them to Juice Plus, and I tell them it's their choice. I said, if you want me to provide you with the optimal program that will get you to where you want to be, then this is something you need to do. All my athletes take Juice Plus because it prevents them, well, it boosts their immune system so they don't catch a cold. When we diet down for competition, you lose anywhere between 20 to 30 pounds for competition, and a lot of folks catch a cold. I have other folks that when they drop weight, they used to get stretch marks. Well, we noticed that as long as you're taking your Juice Plus, drinking a lot of water, and taking good care of yourself, your skin will rebound because Juice Plus has been proven to pull more oxygen into the skin. So it's been working great. I've been doing the business for 8 years, and back in March when we had the coronavirus, the introduction of the coronavirus, and they shut down all the gyms in my area, and I was closed for 3 months, my Juice Plus business kept me afloat. That Juice Plus monthly check kept my business afloat. So it's been a great investment for me and for my family and for all my clients.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. I just was taking up a few notes and I noticed that, yes, you being a professional, people are throwing stuff at you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get your endorsement, especially just for your name. And I like the fact that you were impressed with the clinical research as opposed to other endorsements. So that's something that I took away from that. Always look at the clinical research when it comes to nutrition and how you make it a part of your training. And you allow it to be an expectation that nutrition has to be partnered with, the program, the regimen that you have for your clients. So I'm going to open up the floor a little bit to see if there are any questions. There are some personal trainers on the line. There are people who are trying to get healthier. They might not know exactly what Juice Plus is. So I said, let me go get my prop box. And here is the fruits. It comes in fruit, vegetable, and here is the berry. Pull that out. That's the berry. And what he was saying about these capsules, you can see it, you can open them up. And actually, I just been dropping them in the blender because they're vegan. They kind of dissolve into your smoothie. So I've been doing that. And there's also the Omega blend. Is this a part of your regimen as well?
My wife takes Omega. I do the trio. I do the fruits, vegetables, and berries. I'm 66 years old, very active. I run half marathons. I have one of my favorite Philadelphia half marathon t-shirt on. I still lift pretty heavy. I'm still very active. And the berries are great for circulation and recovery, reduction of inflammation, all those things I gained from adding the berries to the fruits and vegetables. Now, my wife, she loves the fruits, vegetables, and omegas. She's a big fan of the omegas.
Yes, and I've even put these in my smoothie, and I love it. Kind of gives it a little orange taste, so I like it. But I guess, yeah, we have actually been on this journey with Juice Plus the same amount of years. I think you're about a year before me. But I do want to open the floor up for anyone who would have questions of Mr. Yohnnie right now. You can just unmute yourself, say who you are, and your question. So we're going to be shy. No questions. We have an amazing personal trainer on the line who has, worked with people. One of the cases was 400 pounds. When I read that, I said, wow.
Well, I got a question.
Yes.
Do you have any trainers on this call?
I have one that I know of.
Can I talk to the trainer?
I'm actually
Absolutely.
going through a certification now.
All right.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
Keith.
good. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Okay. Now, the clients, are you working with clients now?
Not at the moment. I'm not trying to do
Okay.
anything until I have a certification.
Have you tried Juice Plus?
No, not yet.
All right. Well, this is a good time. This is a good time to take it yourself. So you will have a story to talk about when you introduce it to your clients. Now, when I first got introduced to Juice Plus and started taking it, I really couldn't tell what it was doing for me because as a trainer, you're in pretty good shape from the start. But what I
Right.
did notice that my clients, because I work around the clock, I can work from 7 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, every night of the week training somebody. That's how big my clientele is. But I noticed that when they were coming to my center, I would always catch a cold in the summertime and a cold in the wintertime from my clients. And because I work so many hours, there were times where I'd be skipping and missing meals. So I knew my nutrition level wasn't at the top, even though as a former athlete, I know how to get by. I know when, if I get the sniffles, I need to take this medication, drink more water, maybe counsel a couple clients so I can get some rest. But with Juice Plus, I noticed that I went a whole year without catching any colds. And now, knock on wood, I got some wood around me, I think I've only had one cold in 8 years.
Oh, wow.
And that cold I got, I deserved it. I thought I was Superman. I went so many years without catching a cold that I was in a hot sauna at the gym, and I left the sauna and I was trying to come home, and I didn't want to take my coat into the gym. So my coat was in the car, and it was cold. I live in the DC area. It was cold that day, and I felt that cold hit me, but I kept saying, I'm invincible. I'm not going to catch a cold. Well, I did. I caught a cold, and I was down for the weekend. But my body came right back. Normally,
I've been
doing something
DC too. That's how it
crazy.
got me twice last year.
Oh, see? We think we Superman sometime, and we test it. But you will see the difference when you take Juice Plus. You're going to see that's going to automatically boost your immune system. And then if you really pay close attention to it, because for me, I've always had asthma and eczema. That's just a problem I had since I was a kid. I noticed that my eczema, I'm not having outbreaks anymore. If I do have an outbreak, it's because I did a whole lot of dairy products and built up a lot of mucus and just threw my system off. My asthma, I'm not walking around with an inhaler in my pocket anymore because of the running that I'm doing and the eating that I'm doing. And I know it's because of the Juice Plus, because your body regenerates itself every 2 years, 100%. Basically, in 1 year, 95% of the cells in your body are going to die and be regenerated. Your bones, your lungs, all these organs are going to be regenerated. And it's from the amount of nutrition that you put in your body. So if you're on one of these fad diets where you're not eating, fruits and vegetables, or you are fasting and you're going to fast for several days without food, that could be the same time your body is trying to generate a new cell. And now it's trying to do it without nutrition. So you're going to see the difference in your body over time, but you got to give it time. Juice Plus is given to us in a 4-month period. And they do that because it takes 120 days for your body to produce a new blood cell. And that's 4 months. So every 4 months, your body is regenerating healthier blood cells. So by the time you reach a year, you will have almost a new 95% of your body would have been regenerated under better nutrition.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So you may want to get on it as soon as possible and try it out. And I'll tell you, you won't have another cold unless you do something crazy like I did.
I'll definitely be getting on that.
Now, do we have people on the call that have their own business, like maybe anything that deals with wellness when it comes to massage, I don't know, yoga?
Hello, I have a question. How you doing? Good evening, everybody. My name is Crystal. Hi, and I'm down here in Savannah, Georgia. I don't have my own wellness business. However, I have been working on eating healthier and having a more active lifestyle. But my question to you is, two questions actually. What is the recommended weekly weight loss? And the next question is, how do I stay active and eat healthier when my body is so exhausted? Like, I have my weeks where I'm just like full of energy, and then I have my weeks where I'm just like tired and I just don't want to do too much of anything. So those are my questions.
Okay, your first question, you want to lose between 1 to 2 pounds a week. You don't want to go over that. Now, in the beginning, when you first start your weight loss journey, you may lose 10 or 15 pounds pretty quickly, but most of that is water weight. And then after you get past that, you want to start slowing it down because, you know, a lot of people have been confused with these television shows like The Biggest Loser and stuff like that, where every week everybody's trying to drop 15, 20, 30 pounds, something ridiculous. All right, but your skin can't handle that much weight loss at one time. So if you want to give your skin a chance to rebound and keep the elasticity while you're losing the weight, then you want to do it slowly. Now, your second question, you're tired and you're less than 40.
Yep, I am. I'll be 34
you
in
should be
September.
running like an ever-ready battery.
I used to.
Now, one thing that might be happening is what I talked about earlier, how your body is regenerating itself. Now, if you're not giving your body the type of nutrition it needs, then you're not going to regenerate healthy cells, and you are going to feel tired. That's a sign. Your body is the most intelligent machine ever created. And it talks to you. It gives you signals. When your body is tired, it's telling you that I'm not just tired, I'm lacking something. Something is missing in my nutrition, and you need to get it to me. And that's what your body is telling you. And your body said, well, since you're not going to give it to me, I'm going to shut down. I'm just going to slow down and make you go to sleep and rest yourself. And I'm going to try to do this tomorrow a different way to show you what you need. A lot of times, discoloration in our skin, our body is telling us something like, hey, something is missing in my nutrition. Now, since you're in Savannah, Georgia, and I watch CNN every day, you guys are going through, you guys are the new New York. You're the epic center. So you need to do everything you can to boost your immune system. And you should help your family do that too. So Juice Plus will boost your immune system and help you generate healthier cells. And the same time you doing it, you need to share it with your family as well.
Okay. Yohnnie, I'm going to have to close the conversation. I did upgrade this, but somehow I guess the new meeting that I created, it didn't go over because I wanted to give you as much time as you wanted. If you all are willing to get back on the call, we can spend a little more time, maybe about 15 more minutes, if you have it. And I can end this and you all can come back on.